Hello, everybody. Welcome back to math class. Hope everybody's quarantine is going well. Got a lot of emails. I've seen a lot of good things sent as far as the Geogebra assignment goes. I've seen a lot of people attempting. Remember that's all I wanted this to be was a practice. I wanted you to try using the software and try and get in the hang of it because working from home, I have a feeling we're going to be using it quite a bit. And a lot of you did that. Now, there was a lot of questions, so today I'm actually just going to walk through how to do some of the things I was asking you to do. I apologize if you hear the growling in the background. That is my dogs fighting. So first, let's make sure we're getting into the right thing. So we're going to click on Geogebra Classic 6. When we get here, remember, we don't want graphing. If we're going to graph, we're going to use Desmos. We want geometry. Okay? So let's start off pretty simple. The square. Okay? One, make sure you look through all of these tools up here, okay? A lot of things we want to do are actually pretty easy if you just find the right tool. Like if you think about a square is a regular polygon. Therefore, if we just go to regular polygon, make a segment, tell it how many sides we want, and it creates a square for us. Whoops, did not mean to click that. Let's cancel out of that. Go to the pointer. And with this square, it actually will remain a square the whole time. I can move it, I can adjust it, I can slide it around, but there's our square. Okay. Second, let's look at a parallelogram. So now we're getting a little bit tougher. Part of the reason I like having you guys use this app is because it allows you to show me that you know the characteristics of a figure based on how you build things. So for example, I have to think about a parallelogram and say like, okay, a parallelogram, what do I know? Two parallel sides, two sets of parallel sides. So when I go in here, I'm probably going to want to start with a line. Now I have to think, okay, I need a line parallel to that line. If I scan my tools, oh, there's a parallel line tool. So I click on that. Now I have to think, what kind of information does the computer need? Well, it needs to know what line I want it to be parallel to and where I want it to be. Okay. Now, I can do the same thing with my other two sides. Parallel line, pick the other line, slide it over, goes there. Now, this doesn't really look like a parallelogram. It looks like intersecting lines. But what I see is in the middle, I've created a parallelogram. So all I have to do is create points on the intersections. There's already one there. And there. Now, last step. Whenever we build something, usually we're going to have to go through and make it a polygon. So then I just follow my points. And now you can actually move this away. Oh, maybe. Why is it locked? Usually we can grab and drag these. I do not know why this one's being so stubborn. But we can definitely hide objects. So here's the second part, is hiding everything else that you don't need. So I can hide all my other figures. And now I have a trapezoid or a parallelogram, sorry, that I can adjust, and it'll always be a parallelogram. It is being a little stubborn, but I can still move it however I'd like. It's just not letting me drag and drop, and that's okay. Okay, parallelogram never changes. The other thing, so now I'm actually going to delete, actually, I'll leave it. Let's get rid of all these extra points. Whoa, just kidding. I gotta go over here, edit, undo that. Let's just hide these objects. How about that? All right, so now we move on to a trapezoid. Okay, a trapezoid. What we have to do here is we have to think, all right, what's a trapezoid? Well, a trapezoid is two parallel lines, a set of parallel lines, and then two legs. So I'm going to redo my process here of parallel line. Oh, I messed that one up. Let's try that again. Click on the actual line. There we go, parallel lines. Now, as long as it's not isosceles, I really just have to connect this in two places. Let's go here to here. And again, you can see the figure in the middle with these extra lines, so I should go make a polygon around it. As I make a polygon, it'll give me my figure. So then I can go back and hide the excess objects. Now I can drag this around, I can move it, I can move its sides, but one thing that won't change is I'll always have those parallel lines, always making this a trapezoid. Okay? So, there's my trapezoid. Let's see, what else did I have you guys do? Let's say we did want to make an isosceles trapezoid. So anytime you're trying to make objects like this, where not everything is equal, but certain pieces have to be, gets a little tougher. So I'm going to have the same base setup. I'm going to have to do a line. Then I'm going to have to do a parallel line, so that way I get my my two bases. Gosh dang it, if I could click in the right spot, that would be really nice. Nope, didn't do it again. Let's try it one more time here. If I click there, and then I go here. Okay. So now I go and I'm going to create a segment with a given length because I'm going to make an isosceles trapezoid. So I know that two bases have to be the same length. Well, if I can do a segment with a given length, I can guarantee they're the same. So I'm going to start a point there. Let's go 5. Okay. So now I need to select that side that I just created, and really now I'll have to move this line up so that it goes through there. Oh, maybe. Okay. Well, now I know my side length. I probably want to do the same thing. So I want to go a length, segment with a given length, pick a starting point, and do the same length. So now we grab this and we'll put it on our other base again. Now we build our polygon. And there we go. I can hide my other objects. I should not have grabbed that corner. I think I just messed it up, but here's the deal. Okay, so like I said, these ones are the tough ones. So I obviously just made an error by grabbing the corner, because what you should see then is, although it remains the same, I end up changing the angles, which will make it not isosceles. The way I had it before was probably about spot on. But one thing you'll notice is when you do go to measure angles, and quick lesson on that, remember you have to do 3 points, and the one you want to actually measure is in the middle. Okay. And what we should notice is those should be the same, and oh, went the wrong way. If it does that where it goes to the outside, you just have to start on a different point and go the other direction. Okay, so as you can see, and even if I didn't grab this corner and move it, there's a good chance that this would still be off by a small decimal. And the reason for that is there is going to be human error when you mess with this stuff. Okay. So I'm going to give you within a degree. So like if you showed me this, if I ask for later on, let's say we do some sort of assignment and I say, hey, make an isosceles trapezoid, and you turn this in where it's this close and it's both 115, 115, 64, 64, we're going to call that an isosceles trapezoid and say that that works. Okay. But there's an isosceles trapezoid. My dog will not leave me alone right now, so I apologize if you hear the rustling and her moving around and stepping on my keyboard. Let's see here. What other thing did I ask you for? I asked you guys to make a kite. So let's do a kite. Kite and rhombus are going to be very similar, okay, because they have to do with having things that are with side lengths, okay? Kite, you're basically just going to use that segment with a given length tool 4 times. So I need 2 that are the same size, and then 2 others that are same size or that equal each other but are different than the original lengths. So let's go 3 on our original 2 here. So 3 and 3. Okay, so now I can begin to build my figure. Oh, move. So I can go there with it. I can grab this. Why are you not letting me move? There we go. I can stack those as close to on top of each other as I can and then bring this down. Now here's where it gets a little harder. This will take some playing around. Segment with a given length. I'm going to start here and make it, let's go 6. And then we'll start here and go 6 also. Now we just have to basically swivel these until they are on the same point. Again, human error. We're going to call that pretty dang close and make our polygon. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, something didn't attach. Oh, okay. So, one problem you're going to run into is when you do make the polygon over the top, it no longer holds the attributes of having same length segments. So you're going to want to build it exactly where you want it. But that's not an issue. Again, I'm pretty lenient with it. This app, like you guys probably think it's frustrating because it does stuff like this. It's actually teaching. It actually requires you knowing kind of what's going on, what the attributes are, the characteristics of each of these figures are, and kind of understanding what you're actually doing in here. So yeah, we're going to leave this as is. There's a kite for you. It's not going to move real easily. So like I said, you probably want to leave it, build it where it's at. Oh my gosh. Go away, dog. Oops, now I lost it. So let's go back and edit undo. Hopefully you guys can hear that my dog is trying to bite my hands while I'm doing this. Okay. Last one, I think, was the rhombus. And again, that's built about the same way. Just doing 4 sides that are all equal. So I build this, do another one attached. I said 4, so we'll just keep going with 4. Uh-oh, those stacked. That might be an issue. Nope, we're good. Okay. Then we do another one that's 4. And one more that is 4. And there we go. A rhombus. Okay. And I could have moved those any way I wanted here. If you do need to move it, you might. So like I said with the kite, the issue was we couldn't move it once we made it a polygon. So once we made it red and kind of stand out in its actual own figure, I can move it like this, though. I can move the figure right now with this, and I can adjust it wherever I need to. And then I could go in and make the polygon over the top of it. Okay, so let's say I was building my house and I wanted to, whoops, grabbed the wrong corner, and I wanted to, and that's a little bit off. I wanted to move this down below right here. I could move it first and then go ahead and do my polygon over the top once I have it in place. And that's what I should have done with the kite, and I did not. Again, a lot of this trial and error, even for me. I haven't done all this in a while, but just playing around and making sure you know what's going on. Showed how to measure angles. You can use all these tricks that we just did with quadrilaterals with the triangles I asked you to make, like an isosceles triangle. You'd think, okay, what's an isosceles triangle? Two sides are equal, so I'm going to make two segments with the same given length. So I'm going to use 4 again, and now I would basically just move those to wherever I want them. So like, let's say here, and so those are going to be the same given length right there, and now I just connect the base like that, and now I have an isosceles triangle. Gosh dang it. Oh my goodness, I can't stop messing up right now. There we go. Okay. And again, before you've made it a polygon, it'll maintain its characteristics. So like it'll continue to be equal sided. So I have those 2 4 sides that are staying the same, and the base is adjusting. Okay. When I put the polygon over the top of it, then it no longer holds that. So I want to make it how I want it. Move it to where I need to. Got to find the corner that'll move it. There we go. Let's say I wanted to attach it here. Well, then I could mess around a little bit. No, that doesn't work great. So maybe I just want to do this. Now I'm messing up again. Ooh. It's not letting me grab the piece I want. Well, that's frustrating. But there I got a pretty nice fit. Okay, same with equilateral. You would just do it 3 times, or you could use a shortcut and say, okay, that's a regular polygon. All I need is that length, 3 sides, not 43 sides. That figure's gonna be weird. 3 sides, boom, there it is. It's already made for me. Okay. I think that's about everything I gave you to do. Isosceles triangle, real easily. Everything's different. Measuring angles, we kind of talked about that. Measuring segments, we just go to the measure tool, distance or length, and then you just click on what you want measured. So 8.74, 8.74, 8.74, good. Their regular polygon tool works. Let's see if our isosceles was isosceles. 4 and 4, they kind of stacked up, but they're the same. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. Actually, I'm going to give you today, I'm not going to give you a new assignment with how many people had questions on this and are still kind of working. I'm going to give you one more day. Like today, we're not going to go on to anything new. We will start Wednesday moving forward in the book. Make sure you have this app because I'm going to use this to teach, as well as the giant whiteboard that I took from the school that's now sitting in my living room. I look forward to hearing from you all. Make sure you send me an email if you have questions. I've had a request for a Zoom meeting. If you ever need that, let me know. Just email me ahead of time. I have no problem sitting down and talking with you guys. I'd love to see your faces and hear from you. Remember, the videos will be on YouTube. I will post them onto Schoology. Otherwise, that's all we got for today. Happy Monday. Because as some of you commented on my last video, I'm now becoming a YouTuber. I feel it's only right to tell you, slap that like button and make sure you subscribe. Wow, I hate myself already for doing that. I will see you all on Wednesday.